Yeah, what it is, people. It's your boy, Doggie Diamonds. Another episode of Doggie Diamonds, No Filter. This one is special to me. I always say they special, but this is really, really, really special because this is one half of somebody, my favorite group ever. And I ain't saying that because he's sitting there. I told him that before the camera come on. And I say that on Twitter, Instagram, all that. I got the legend next to me. Let them know who you are. I'm going to be quiet.
What up, D? No, you got to announce me. This is your interview.
No, but who? I don't know who I'm interviewing today.
Okay,
Erick I
know. Listen.
Who are you today?
How you know Erick Onassis? You a hip hop head for real. That's Erick Sermon, but E Double was MC Grand Royal, was the Bandit,
Funk Lord,
Sermon, Funk Lord.
Yeah.
You got,
come on, man.
I got like 7. You're right. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. Who? So
what up, people?
It's Erick Sermon today. Erick Sermon.
This is not my first Doggie interview. We did he has one exclusive that nobody never seen before. And he did one with me and Red Cafe a long time ago.
Yes.
So if he's acting brand new, then he's just being...
my appearance changed a little bit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They know that. But,
stop being corporate.
Yeah.
Fix it!
No. Ain't no corporate shit. This shit is street.
Okay, yeah.
So, yo, I'm here with you, man. You're back. You're on camera. What does it feel like to be on camera more?
Yeah, my thing was the fact that, again, like I told you off camera, that my peoples was very adamant about me being up front. They used to always be like, Erick, out of sight, out of mind. But that was just me. My whole nostalgia of not doing it on purpose was everybody who know me know I was humble, I was nonchalant, and that light wasn't me. Now, they know me for them women, that was, but again, as far as me being out there, wasn't me. And then when the new era started coming up and technology, I ain't going to be behind, knowing that I did take off 11 years. I took off from 2002. I think React was my last situation. And then again, 2015, my boy came by and woke me up. But I was raising my kids then, the whole 9, whatever, watching the game go. And I figured that at this moment, that what we living in, and now, again, you see where you're going. You cut a big deal for content. I'm just telling people on the stream because he told me behind this camera. Yeah. My bad. Cut! But as far as now the new content, as far as having content, now as far as streaming, everybody's on the same playing ground.
Yes.
And now you're on my turf because now it's like you got to compete against good music. I don't have to compete against your paying money for radio or you having a team. No. If your shit is whack, you in trouble.
Got you. So when you came back in 2015, was that the song with Jared Benton or something like that?
Yeah. It was like a mixtape album I did for EMI, and I had Jared Benton in 2010.
Got you.
2009 in Atlanta.
Yo,
well, if y'all just seeing him now, but it
was a record you put out that was fire.
Right. That's I got a call from Clark Kent that day too. Like Erick, that new guy with you and him. So that was my emergence of to test the waters of, and I don't know why I did that too. That I let the people get to you about the age and how we get mixed up. And somebody put that in our ear, retirement, all that type of stuff, garbage. Yeah. I was again test the waters, but seeing what was it like, and all I saw saved my life was J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar.
Got you.
And then I heard Joey Badass before that, then the Flatbush Zombies, and then all this other underground hip hop that I didn't know about that was coming out, and I heard drums and I heard samples. I'm like, holy shit, yo, who's doing this?
My lane.
This is my lane. So
yeah.
I was happy about that.
So you come back out. When is it time for you though? Because you're not a new jack. You've been around vinyl and tapes and shit like that, and us putting the tape or the cotton on top of the tissue or type of shit.
Mr. Magic Red, yes.
You go that far back in music. When is it time for you? Like, because I'm pretty sure you creating all the time.
Yeah.
But when is it time to say, all right, this cake is ready. I want y'all to taste a piece of this cake.
See, I'm glad you asked that because now everybody can see this thing too. I never know when it's time. I only go on what, again, I can't pronounce it. Describe whatever the universe is doing at the time. I know it sounds crazy though, but whatever the time is, I will know. I never set the time of it. I never was a person who was like, yo, the labels did. Okay, we're coming out in April, May, whatever. If I feel that it's good, then I'll know. But right now, I just feel that at this particular time, the only ones that could put out albums, no disrespect, are the ones who got names like us who've been there.
Facts.
Anybody else, they got to drop singles. Nobody want to hear it. But if anybody from the era drop an album, they're gonna appreciate it because we have fans for that, for material like that.
Yeah.
So people always ask me, and I don't care about the climate because I put my time in to drop whatever, and drop whenever I want to drop it.
Yeah.
So again, that's all I can say. I don't know when it's time, but I do have a time for Vernia. This one is the first week of March. I don't know what date, but first week of March.
Vernia.
Right.
Let's get into the title. Why that title?
Yeah, my grandmother was one of my best friends, and 2 years ago she passed away, and she's a Sagittarius like me. She was always fly, had gold jewelry on, chains, whatever. I wasn't as flashy as she was, but my grandmother lived her life like to the fullest. Like her and her crew, she had a crew called the Golden Girls, and they went to trips. They did everything
Bust out
together.
and
And I'm like, Grandma, if one of y'all fall, who picking one of y'all up? Like, if something happens to y'all, like who? Because they was all, older women, late 70s, 80s. I'm like, but they went everywhere. And they had and my grandma used to always give me this saying and tips and whole none about women and about life and about situations. So I got a lot from her. When I was down at one point in the mid 90s, she was like, don't worry about that. Just keep working. And when your time comes, you be ready. So that was something I always kept. And with them words, it didn't matter because I'm going to always be ready. So just in case the time, because you don't know what time it could be. It could be a 5-year, 1 year, 10-year, 20-year period. It's on you if you believe still that you can still do this.
Yeah.
You've been in here for a long time.
Yes,
you could have easily said this thing is over for me.
Yeah.
Life in the world is evolving.
But people probably would wonder though, and I want you to give clarity on this because a young rapper might be going through this and he only been in the game 6 months. But all the success you've had, the jewelry, the cars, the women, the gold, the platinum, the travel, the money, the Rolex when you were 17. I'll never forget you said that.
They all gone.
That is crazy. Why would you ever be down? Somebody probably be like, because the kids think, yo, I got to watch it. They pull out all their money. Why would you ever be down?
This right here is a pet peeve of mine of, like you saying too, imagine you did a whole series and you put your heart into it and then then nobody's checking me out.
Yeah.
Nobody didn't watch my series. Then I had Usher. Everybody was on here. I did it was crazy. It was in 4K. It was nobody watched it.
Yeah.
And you spent mad money, but you spent mostly your
blood,
time
sweat,
on
and
it.
Tears, yeah.
So
you can't get your time.
Back then, I used to be like, with Def Jam, I didn't feel that they did enough promotion. And Redman said it too. And one of his last records before he left, before Def Jam had got in like 97, whatever, he was like, I'm going to show Def Jam how to promote an artist. Like, just a little short line. But not looking at Def Jam, they were so big. But I can't come from having 2 #1 albums already with EPMD and come here and do the same thing. I can't be over here and have a #1 record or have then something's not looking right. My mother used to always say too, yo, why you put so much trust in these people? Because they told me they're gonna do it. But I never did something for myself. I never came behind myself and did extra like people did before we had. So we didn't have a Dame Dash or Suge Knight or Andre Harrell or Puffy having Clive Davis.
Got you.
It was just us. Yeah. We got popular off the music. No help.
Prior to Def Jam too. Y'all came into Def Jam already.
I said we came already hot.
Yeah.
I already came with 2 #1 albums.
Yeah.
So you giving me #1 again, which is the third one with #1, it didn't do anything extra. The sales didn't go up. Something don't match. So that's the part when I say that, when you say you can have it all but not be happy. My happiness was the fact that nobody promoted, so nobody heard it. So it just went down the line as, oh yeah, that's something that came. And meanwhile, if I play it or you hear people saying, yo, damn, you could have competed with that. Damn, you didn't do nothing different that they didn't do. And that's what got me, would be like, dang, I have it all, but what happened?
Was it a time where you quit?
I stopped in 2002. I took 11
completely.
years off. I just stopped everything.
When I say quit, I mean you not even going in the studio.
I figured I had enough money in my head. Crazy. I don't know what I thought was 50 and Puffy. I was nowhere near them. But I figured I had enough money. So you living 11 years pass by. People can say, how you live for 11 years? Whatever. I produced everything that was rocking in the 90s and in the 80s and the early 2000s. I was on everything, as you can tell. Whatever. It was, Rockwell said it was over 74 million albums that was sold, and I was a part of it.
Wow.
So that means whatever artist came, I was on it. And besides my own crew, besides having Red and Meth too, whatever group came out, I was on it. Movies, soundtracks, albums, I was on everything. So me owning my own publishing, I'm able to do that. And sit. You know how people know what publishing is. These kids don't really know what publishing is because they got 360. They gave it away. But this is like having the pension of you living your whole life.
401k of rap.
Yeah, if you want to really live and you own it, you can. That's how I live. People be like, yo, how do you live? This is how I live because I did so much work as a youngin'. I was able to. So that's when I said I really had just quit. And I was doing shows here and there if they made sense. Like it was Rock the Bells was out, so EPMD would go out and do 4 shows or be another couple of shows here, but that wasn't paying no bills, of course.
Got you.
But I had quit from 2004 to about 2015. So
you quit, you walk away.
But not the retirement.
No, not the retirement. You just fell back. You fell back.
Yeah, the game had changed. Don't forget, I'm from. Not from Georgia, but I was there in '92.
Oh no, we gonna talk about that. We're gonna get into that.
That was David Bannon just called me.
Listen, we're going to get into the Georgia thing. Trust me.
Okay, I got you.
So when you walk away, you don't go make a beat. You don't listen for samples, the digging, none of that.
I did all of it.
Okay.
It was so crazy because my sisters just be like, my brother always did exercise. I rhymed. I always, here and there picked up beats. That's why Rockwell, when he hear me now, I'd be like, Eric, I've been here with you for a year. I haven't heard nothing twice unless I ask you to play it. That's how much production I have. And of course, if you know about sampling though too, of course, because you're a beat maker, you before your time anyway.
Oh,
and everything is good.
It be shit that
old.
and it be shit that you be like, I'll get to it. And then you hear come out, you're like, I had that record. I should have with it. Yeah.
Everything is good.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel now. My cousin just asked me the other day, yo, you gonna make a record for because he got an artist, Carabella, and we're gonna do, I was like, I'm not making no beats. I got you like
Prince with the vote.
Exactly.
So in 2015, what came over you?
There was an artist that this kid, I can mention his name because he's he brought this kid to me. And this kid was a dope singer. And I ended up doing BBD's first single, that record Run. I wrote that with that kid.
Wow.
And so it made me go back to Dave Hollister, Alfonso Hunter. How much I love R&B too, as you could tell, because I did so much R&B as I did rap.
Can't You See remix? Fire.
Why you said
fire. Yo, that's my.
Oh man, but all this R&B of me, D'Angelo, Chico DeBarge, Mary, Jodeci, Angie Stone to, it was all that from Guy to Blackstreet, everything that was moving at the time. I was doing just as much rap, but again, we didn't have social media like this. Nobody didn't know that. Brownstone. When I heard "If You Love Me,"
that's your baseline.
Was done by it's K-Solo's Spellbound.
That's what I'm saying. But the doom 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 doom. That's your baseline.
But the whole loop is Spellbound.
Wow.
From K-Solo. Boom boom boom. If you, it's the whole bottom part. All I did was just loop Spellbound.
Oh. Doom doom.
Boom, boom. You can hear it now in your head.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But when Tory Lanez took it, I was like, oh, that's a check.
Yeah. Right. So something came over you. And you like, I'm back in. I want a nickel bag get sold in the
Well,
park.
it wasn't even that type
Okay.
of excitement.
Vibe, yeah,
It
okay.
was just like, again, I was excited about doing that.
Gotcha.
And then if I start meeting all the new people that you see around me now.
Got you.
As far as saying, let's
get it.
let's go get a run, because they had the know-how. I knew how to make the music and know how to run a label and run the business. And then once Rockwilder called and he was saying, "Yo, E, what's up?" I said, "Yo, come to Long Island. I got a spot for you."
Got you.
He moved into one of my houses, and then after that he came, and then I went to go find Ty Fife.
Got you.
Because he was in Jersey, whatever that Manhattan. I'm like, Ty, forget about all that you doing over there. Come here, and we let him build a room. We ain't never nobody touch none of my structures. I let him touch the structure.
Got you.
Knock a wall down,
He's in the
build
compound.
I let him do whatever he wanted to do. So I went after Ty Fife, even though I know that I wanted Bink Dog to be here too, but it was Virginia. But Bink is still coming, and Focus, that's with Dre right now.
I got an interview with Focus.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever Focus want to work.
Focus. Listen, Focus. Everybody you name, Bink. What I like about Bink is percussion.
No, percussion.
His percussion is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. People don't get that.
No, phenomenal.
Only real beat makers know that. And
19, they just say 1900, whatever.
Listen,
and you hear the percussion.
Even the Rulers, but the Rulers back. Jay-Z is one of my favorite records. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. I think that's a producer's beat.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but his percussion is just clean. It's just so clean. Yeah, Bink and well, I was gonna say
so about Focus. You saying?
No, Focus is his father played Good Times bass line.
No, he didn't.
You ain't know that?
No.
Go Focus. His father's the one who played Good Times bass line. You ain't know that?
You know how used that is? Because all the time
that's his father.
We know about Nile Rodgers.
What's the person's name who did the bass line? Look it up. Okay. That's his father. Right. He's a junior.
Wow. No, because we talk about Nile Rodgers all the time.
Yeah, his father played doom.
Wow.
Yeah, the bass line.
Wow.
His father played that bass line. I think Focus is a bass player.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? See, you learn something new every time.
I didn't know that. That's huge.
Yeah, his father played Good Times. But I'm like, yo, your father played that? You know what I'm saying?
One of the biggest records in the world.
One of the first hip hop records. Yeah. Is Rapper's Delight. That's really Good Times. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And y'all did it over.
Oh yeah, I would platinum for that too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The bright sides. When you think about your career, what was your defining moment when you was like, I'm Erick Sermon?
Well, the defining moment is now, knowing that 30 years in the game is 30 years ago. That is ill.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That is the part where, and I feel like at that, me reaching the half a century, woo! Can't believe I said that.
Knock on wood.
To be able to say, I feel iller than ever as far as rhyme-wise. Production, of course, is going to be Erick Sermon, but the fact that going to a new, and then, like I said, Doggy, not because you're here, you are so important because nobody would know unless we had media and we had somebody to say, hey, check this out. I'm going to show you what Homeboy is doing. Because nobody would know anything. It would be us doing what we're doing, but to have somebody let the world know.
Too.
Yeah,
hip hop media is important.
Somebody who cares.
Yeah, and somebody who knows the culture.
Yeah, who knows?
And also, like, yo, you did, like, I wanted to ask you, Shaq. Yeah. This is dude that's playing on the Orlando Magic, the most touted basketball player, and he comes into the league and then he wants to rap. He raps with the Foo Sinkers, but then he's with you. Right. And you doing all his music. What was that like to produce for a basketball player?
Well, he got turned down by Premier.
DJ Premier?
Yeah. Premier probably did it. Again, nobody really knew. You didn't know that he was going to be something to really do or take seriously because you heard him with the Foo Sinkers.
Yes.
So people was like, whatever, wasn't taking it as, even though it was he can rhyme.
Yeah.
I didn't care about it. As long as he can rhyme, it didn't matter to me. But he came to Long Island, and he met me first before we even went to Orlando. Came along out and he asked me up front, do I want to do it? So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll make it happen for you. So he flew us to Orlando. Dope ass studio though, Diamond.
I can imagine.
I mean, dope studio. We had a chef every day cooking the whole nine. So I just was in there just writing rhymes for a certain record, like Shoot Past Slam was one of them. Whatever. You want me to shoot it? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me to
so whatever. I forgot the other ones. And
Outstanding.
But that was the main one. I was gonna get to that.
Yeah.
So the Outstanding record was classic funk by me. That was more of a Erick Sermon sounding record, and that's what he liked the most about it. Then he was able to tell his story. So, but again, at the end of the day, after that, then the next one he was able to get Biggie, and get people to believe in it and believe in him.
Yes, as an artist.
As an artist.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy because as you know, Shaq is on Burning Your 2.
Okay.
I just had talked to him about a month ago and just asked him, "You want to rhyme?"
Yeah.
Because I know how much he like rhyming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I haven't talked to him in a while because he would hit me random at night, doggy. Like at 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, he'd be somewhere in Hawaii. He'd be over here somewhere in India.
Are you one of them people like me that's always up when the phone ring?
Not always up.
Okay, whenever my phone ring, I'm always up.
But I'm like, why is he hit? He was
Shaq.
hit me random.
Yeah.
And then he'd have a picture and a video of him rocking with 20,000 people, 40,000 people. I'm like, where you at? He'd be like, oh, I'm in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Then he like, where you been? I miss you. Call me.
Yeah.
You know? But again, it's the fact, like, time go by, because I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't heard from him in about, I heard from him 2 years ago from the last All-Star game. But before that, it would be years.
Yeah.
So, but it's still a friendship.
Yeah.
So, again, that's how whatever it is, like he was still a
Did
person
you have to coach him?
Nah.
Wow.
He was a person who was a Redman, Newark Redman fan, and he knew how to rhyme. That rhyme with Biggie, that's him.
Yeah. Wow.
And he killed that record.
What's that? You Can't Stop the Rain.
You Can't Stop the Rain. Yes.
My favorite is him and Mobb Deep though. Incredible.
Oh, why? See, I can't believe you.
You know what? Because it was the way.
No, nobody. No, I'm with you.
Yeah, the way they flipped, stop, look, and listen. I was like, yo, that's the Diana Ross.
Nobody agreed with that. I love that record.
Yeah, that's the Diana Ross and Marvin Gaye version of Stop, Look, and Listen. That Havoc flip.
Oh, okay.
That's
right.
that version,
okay, that's
not the stylistic
version.
So
okay.
that's why I loved it because that was hard to catch.
So you went on the how Havoc.
I listened to I listened to every aspect of the record.
Yeah. I got to mention too. You mentioned Havoc. Havoc's here too. You could say too. Havoc came here once, didn't want to leave. Came here the second time, really didn't want to leave.
Got you.
So Havoc is also down too. Matter of fact, we got an album coming out called Havoc. HAVICK.
Wow.
Havoc and Erick. 5 songs apiece.
What are you gonna call this place overall?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? If anybody want to come and work, they come.
Got you.
So whatever that is on sides, and hopefully that my friend next door is leaving, so I'll be able to walk.
All three of them, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Knock the walls down, right? Just go.
Well, just have a door to go through all 3 of them.
Okay. You rocked with Shaq, but I'm pretty sure some artists that you turned down that you kicked yourself in the ass later on. Like, damn, I could have had such and such. Give us on your record.
You know you heard all those stories. You know I had everybody.
But I gotta segue into it. This is this is my journalism thing. You could have had Ross.
Yes, Ross was.
Was this Teflon at the time, or was it Rick Ross?
No, it was Teflon.
Okay.
And of course the boss of the whole thing was was Suave House.
Got you.
And when he was I'm catching a blank. You cannot edit this. You're gonna kill me.
No, it's good. You talking about Tony Draper?
Drape, do not have that pause in here, please.
Yeah. It's gonna be there, but
Tony will kill me because I just went blank, Tone. I went blank.
Yeah.
I went blank.
But I held you down now. You dealing with a hip hop historian, so I got you.
I went blank.
You. Yeah.
So Tony used to bring me to my crib. Way before Tony used to come to my crib and talk about different songs. Matter of fact, I did a song called Maria from Michael Jackson. Wayne ended up doing it. I don't know how Wayne got the record, but I did that on Rose first.
Wow.
Teflon. But anyway, Ross was at my house for like a month. If you go on YouTube, you will hear Ross saying, yeah, I was with the big homie Erick first. I'm on his Erick Onassis album.
Wow.
as Teflon.
As Teflon.
And when 50 Cent said it too, yo, I know where you come from. You was with Erick, you was Teflon, but he was at my house for a month and we made maybe 7 records at the time. Because I was still doing Reggie, and Reggie was like, "Yo, who that guy there?" I said, his name is Teflon. He said, "Yo, the homeboy sound good, whatever." So then years later, he, signed with Slip and Slide and became whatever. But the one that is ill that I don't have recollection is Biggie Smalls, because when you hear Clark Kent's story and you hear my boy Bernard's story, they brought him to the barbershop, and I was at the barbershop. And I told Biggie, yo, you're dope. Let's try to do something. And that's the part I don't remember. But then when I did Hitting Switches that you talked about, Puffy and Hype Williams did the video.
Oh, okay.
But Biggie was on the set, and everywhere I went, he went. Then when I was doing my album, Biggie told Puffy to tell a girl named Tracy Waples, please get me on the Erick Sermon album. Please. So when they asked me, I said, I can't do that because I got Joe Sinister, Jem S. J. Garbage did. That's somebody he had, Redman, Keith Murray. I had my own acts. So I wasn't going to, and I didn't know Biggie.
Yeah.
That.
Because he was Biggie at this time. He wasn't even Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah, I didn't know. So I couldn't, so I said no. Bang in the head, kill myself. Nas, he lived in Coram, so he was brought to the studio doing the Illmatic
So do you
album.
realize that you're about to tell the world that you turned down Nas?
Yeah,
at one point?
91.
Damn.
Not that I turned him down. He was already signed, but I turned down the production part.
On Illmatic?
Bang, bang. At the door.
Damn.
So he comes and sits down. I give him C-list beats, doggy. Because don't forget, all my rappers is Wicked D Wow and when I SPLL, then I got Redman. I have these others. So that street content, I couldn't really get with that. I know it sounds crazy though, man.
I'm in shock.
Yo, and so
Did you hear anything off Illmatic though? You didn't hear nothing?
No, I didn't hear the Illmatic.
Okay.
He was making Illmatic.
Got you.
When he left me, he went to Pete Rock.
And Pete Rock laced him. The world is yours.
I'm sitting here thinking that, again, it's a kid that's from Queens that just rhyming again, but I don't understand. So I got 3 records. Well, the studio burned down. I had 3 songs I did with him.
You know why the studio burned down, right? Because you ain't giving Nas them records.
Yo, I can't believe it. Nas, tell you a story, because me and Nas is tight too.
Yeah.
I told Nas that Rakim story about EPMD. He wrote a record about it.
Oh.
That's my story that I gave him.
So that's why Rakim was mad at Nas too.
I know, I heard about that.
Yeah.
But he'd be mad at me because I gave Nas a story.
Okay.
But you want me? Okay, Wu-Tang Clan.
No, hold on. Before we get to Wu-Tang,
Okay.
Illmatic comes out.
Yeah.
And you hear this work of art, because at this time, these are the super producers, the boom bappers. This is super producers. I didn't know QTip got busy like that.
Yeah, me neither.
I didn't know QTip got busy like that. I heard One Love, and I was like, what the fuck is that?
Know.
We know Premier get busy. We know Pete Rock get busy. We know Large Professor get busy. But we hear this collection of music, and we're like, holy shit, did you say I just kicked myself in the ass and I could have been a part of it?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't look at it at that time then. I was a star.
Got you. Yeah.
This is business as usual is out, and now we getting ready to drop crossover and headbanging them, and I got Redman coming. Don't forget, that wasn't my style of rap.
Got you.
So even if it did come on with New York State of Mind, I'm like, I know this was dope.
Yeah.
I'm like, Primo, but still not like beating myself until all this classic stuff started coming out. 5 mics and all this other shit. But it took a minute.
Yeah.
It wasn't like in the beginning because I was already doing me.
But when you start hearing beats and you hear Primo beat and you like, yo, that's NT. Holy shit. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but still, it wasn't like I'm still young.
Got you.
I didn't have it. Don't forget, I have 4 groups in touring.
Yes.
So my mind wasn't able to be free like that.
And then
on
your
other
remixes
stuff.
and all that.
I was already consumed with what I had. I didn't even get a chance to even check out Illmatic at the time like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Wu-Tang.
It was afterwards.
So Wu-Tang you could have had Wu-Tang?
Wu-Tang Clan, I got a picture with me on my iRock in 1989 with all of them. When my boy had his church out there, his father was a church, had a church in Staten Island, and he took me to that building, and it was all out there. Whatever building that they from, the projects.
They're from two different projects.
Right.
They're from Park Hill and Stapleton, but 9 times out of 10 it was 160.
Yeah, so I was there, and I was on Raekwon's steps, and he was Shala at the time.
Yeah, Shala Raekwon, yeah.
And he talked, and he wanted to sign with me. He'll tell you a story. He wanted to sign with me. I'm like, yo, I'm too young. I don't really have nothing like that, to be able to sign. So we just took a picture. But at the time, they was like, yo, Erick Sermon came to the, whatever, and I could have, but again, too young the time to know what to do with something like that. Too young.
So and I want to get into
and
this.
Luda, Endgame.
Well, all right. Let's talk about Luda real quick. Luda, to me, and this is me speaking, Luda always sounded like Redman.
Yeah, he came.
So that's why I didn't think that would be. It would be a good fit for you, but then again, people would be like, "That's Redman." Like
no, but that was my main thing too.
Yeah, he sounded too much like Redman.
My main thing was if you would have heard the demos, you would have really thought that.
Yeah.
And then again, him having the Afro look, it was a whole thing that he came with. But me and Luda became good friends. When Luda got signed, he called me and asked me where should he go to, Sylvia Roma, Def Jam, and I told him Def Jam. Don't forget, this is Georgia now, so
we're gonna get into Georgia.
Exactly.
The thing with Luda, you actually did do a record for him.
Yeah,
and that shit
and
that shit sound like a Redman record to me.
Yeah, it did.
Sounded. I was like,
but that's why he wanted it.
Yeah, but that's but that's not a bad thing though.
No.
Because Redman is not somebody that sounded like him is ever going to be.
And I didn't understand why he wanted the empty beat, but now you're saying it clear. Now I see why.
Yeah. The Game.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know this was going to be like one of the biggest artists on the West Coast? When did he come to you?
I was in the mall in L.A. The Hood Mall, not the Beverly Center, but the one that was
Crenshaw.
Out. Like it. Not the Crenshaw, but the other big one.
Was it the Foxhood?
The Foxhood Mall.
Yeah. I know that from Boys in the Hood.
And Foxhood Mall, and they had all the dope sneakers, and it was
It
was a dope urban store there. And my boy D-Mac had them, and again, the guy Bernard is the one that did all these for me.
Got you.
When you hear Bernard, that's who brought all the stuff to me. So, and Game wrote it in the Vibe magazine. Erick Sermon tells me to spit 16, and I didn't know what he meant by that. Because Game knew how to rhyme, but he didn't have a format of being that.
Yeah.
So I had a rim shop at one time with Unique Auto Sports. We was over here in Holbrook. And Game came to Holbrook with the whole G Unit. And he was like, yo, E, what's up? And I said, what's going on? He said, you upset? I'm like, nah, I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
So then he wrote that too. I was going to sign with Erick, but he wasn't ready.
Oh, if Game is one of them, anything you say, he like, they go a line.
Well, don't forget, he wasn't the Game as he is now, flamboyant, boisterous. He wasn't that at the time, But again, he was you could tell, if I would have heard him, forget about it.
Yeah.
I would have automatically. I didn't even get a chance to hear him.
Because he was from the West Coast and his style was
No, it would have been crazy. I would have saw it. I saw this.
Yeah.
I would have saw him, how he looked, the whole visual. I would have known that I would have had that. But again, I didn't give a chance to even hear him, rhyming.
Atlanta, you were from Long Island, New York, and then you're in Atlanta.
Right.
And I'm like, what the f*** is Erick Sermon doing in Atlanta? Then I see you working with Dallas Austin.
Right.
I see you doing Illegal.
Oh, Dallas. Yeah.
DARP Studios.
Yes.
I remember that.
One of the best and biggest.
And then you're out there. What did you see in Atlanta? Because I want people to know. He probably not going to say it, but I'm going to say it.
Right.
When Atlanta blew up to me is when you moved there.
Right.
People probably not going to say it. I know the Olympics was
Doggy,
96.
I swear to God, this is what you just said just now is sometimes you don't want to get nothing told.
Don't be humble.
But David Banner said to Erick,
okay,
do not let somebody else talk about Atlanta, Georgia, and don't mention your name.
This nigga just walked past the screen. But go ahead.
Okay, we got to edit now.
No, we ain't edited. We leave it all that shit.
Okay.
That's how real it is. Yeah.
But you see that?
Yeah.
That's your boy.
Yeah, that's your man.
That's your man.
Yeah.
But David Banner said that too. I just left the Killer Mike's series. I'm talking to you about that too.
Yeah.
After you hear me talking, you're doing my documentary.
Dope.
Of as far as the what do you call that thing? Narration. I'm blocking out right now.
Listen, this is good.
I am so intelligent, it's not even funny. Yo.
It's like 0 degrees out here.
But the narration will be done by you.
Okay.
But I was at Killer Mike's thing called Trigger Warning.
Yes.
Phenomenal series. Right? All of a sudden, this guy stands up and said, Eric, no lies, this is funny. He said, these people, these hoes, everything in here is because of you. And I'm like, we all sitting around and like, why is this guy so passionate? He was one of the boys from the Rim Shop. He's also in one of the Trigger series. He's Donald Goines' son.
Wow.
So inside one of the series, that's Cheese.
Gotcha.
He said, I don't give a what anybody's saying here. Everybody in here, they owe you. So, but me being young, I don't know. I'm just hooking up with some guys from Detroit who I like. How I got to Georgia was I met this girl one time on the road. So when the group broke up, and when I got out of the precinct, I said, "Mom, I'm going to Georgia." You know, my grandmother there, my aunt them was there. I just don't want to get arrested sitting around here. So they're gonna come get me someplace else. So
it used to be run down south back in the day.
Run down south. So I had the mentality, and my mother gave me the okay. So I went down south. So I already kind of met these people before. I met that guy before too. The guy Greg, who we hooked up doing the Rim Shop with. Don't forget, the Rim Shop was the biggest talk in the world. There was no talk about no rims until I was giving it to Flex to bring back to Source Magazine was taking pictures of Atlanta or taking pictures of the shop.
Because you was one of the first people with an outside business outside of hip hop. It wasn't a studio. Right. It was a bit like rims.
It was I don't give. It'll be from Dave Justice down to Berry to Vivica to whomever. If you came to Georgia, the Rim Shop is where you was stopping by at. Now, during the Olympics came, I had Shaq down there, Chris Webber. You know how Jalen Rose is as far as the Fab Five. They was all EPMD fans. But they all came down. So people at the end was like, okay, I shot Stay Real there.
Yes.
Now, people did videos, but not downtown. I brought the cameras downtown. So then the front page of the Constitution, which is the paper down there, says, Erick Sermon moves to Atlanta. And I'm like, yo, what's the big deal? But to them, it was because why did you chose to come here?
Gotcha.
Out of all the places. All of a sudden, Short was like, yo, damn, E, what's going on? I said, nah, just come, whatever. Short came. Short called Face and said, yo, what you and Erick doing down there? Face. Now, Pac used to be down there a lot too. And Pac used to be at the Rim Shop. But also in my Rim Shop was a dude with a ponytail.
And who was that?
And that was BMF.
Big Meech?
Meech.
Wow.
I didn't know that, but the boys who I went into business with was Detroit people.
Oh.
These are all, my boy Greg and them is all Detroit cats.
And Meech is from Detroit,
Not knowing that kid that I used to see all the time, when that kid, whatever, with the ponytail was Big Meech.
Wow.
But they said I was off limits because I knew a homie named Patrick, which is Milo, which is one of the heads of ahead of them in Detroit. I'm not giving out no business that people won't know though, but I hope 50 watching this too. My boy Milo, Patrick, had braces back then. He was ahead of them, but was my friend. So I was off limits to the situation that was going on. And that was from the homies in Detroit. Yo, don't involve Erick Sermon in nothing. You know, so that's why I never knew them.
So Atlanta right now is one of the homes of hip hop. Like a lot of it coming out of it. Yeah, it's like the capital. They took it from New York.
Outkast's favorite group was Das EFX. They made that perfectly clear.
Wow.
Remember that Robin said, my favorite group ain't coming with it, but anyway, they were talking about Das EFX. That was they. So when you hear Big Boy go, you would hear it and still his rhyme still.
The cadence,
Their favorite number one group was Das EFX.
Now Atlanta is what it is.
Right.
But when they say Atlanta, they never say you.
Never.
Is it because you're really a native New Yorker, you think? You're not homegrown.
I just maybe 2, but they used to be like 2 when the song comes on. Atlanta's own Erick Sermon.
Wow.
But if you ask everybody that there, like Jack Fuller, he made a big thing too on his show. Like, Erick, I don't care. I let everybody know you were Atlanta. You know, when it came down to me doing the radio stations or me letting Alex, the biggest promoter in the world, use my face and name to put on his flyers. When it came down to the Platinum House, the club that my boy Vonson them had, whatever like that. For me having the Freaknik, they put the Freaknik around the rim shop.
Wow.
The mayor gave me the key to the city. I didn't take it at the time. His name was Bill. I didn't take it. At the time, I was next to Hosea Williams, who marched with Martin Luther King. I used to feed the homeless with him. He used to be next to my shop. But everything that city had, I did. I put rims on their cars. I put rims on all the station cars.
You put babies in that town.
Yeah. There you go. No, I only had one kid.
All right.
But as far as Georgia and L.A. Reid, we used to ask questions. You know, who was that guy? And you know, let me sit with him, make all that noise in my city.
Yeah.
You know, but I was just me doing me. You know?
What in a record I love the record too. Damn, it's just you walking.
Relentless.
Relentless. You said I sat down when you was naming all the the record label heads. Have you ever been denied?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, but it's because we would say, well, how the fuck could you deny Erick Sermon? His track record is what it is.
Yeah.
What is it like to be denied by
I
somebody?
think that time had went by. In 2004, that had changed. Georgia was Lil Jon, the Crunk, everybody. It changed.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad.
Yeah.
You know, but Kadar Masterberg gave me the shot.
Got you.
You know, in 2004. And but again, my whole situation from us of all my groups have been turned down. Like Redman got turned down twice by Def Jam.
Wow.
QTip was the one that said to Big D and told Leo Cohen, yo, that kid Erick got Redman, he's nice. So that was the turnaround for Redman signing to Def Jam was Q-Tip.
How hard was it for Keith though?
Keith Murray got turned down by Def Jam too.
So that's how you
ended up signing to Def Jam
later on.
But Russell Simmons didn't know that I took him to Jive. Russell Simmons was pissed when Keith Murray, because Russell said, "You think I shot the hostile video for you to take him somewhere," which makes sense.
Yeah.
But Leo didn't like Keith Murray.
Daz Effects actually got booed the first time that they did a show, right?
Well, they got booed, but I was not that one.
Okay.
I was at the one where we ended up going to a contest in Virginia. One thing about my rappers too, they all college kids. Redman went to Montclair, Jersey. Keith Murray went to Suffolk and New York Tech. Daz Effect went to Virginia State. These are all college kids. And Paris went to Southern Connecticut. It's kind of ill how
what about Solo?
College. Nah.
Solo went to jail, right? He's a fugitive.
Yeah, fugitive. But I'm saying, but I never realized that somebody told me that, yo, you know all your boys went to college? Yeah, but I skipped what was I talking about?
Yeah, we talking about Daz Effects being booed.
Yeah, but they wasn't. But we knew we let somebody else win that night.
Got you.
Because we knew we was gonna sign Daz Effects. But you know.
Yeah. So I just want to tell you, when EPMD broke up, that crushed me, man. I could not believe that y'all wasn't gonna make music together again. I was like, what I'm gonna do now? I mean, we had Tribe. We had all these new groups. We had Gangstar. We had all these things. But I was like, I need that EPMD album.
It was a long split too. 5 years is a long time.
And then y'all you know y'all had success as soloists. I didn't like the way it split. It was like, nah, that ain't the Hit Squad because they ain't there. And then y'all had Def Squad, and I was like, come on, man. Then y'all was the Squadron. I was like, come on.
Well, the squad, that was a word at the time. The Death Squad was immediately being built, and I just knew that me having Keith Murray and Redman, I was never gonna lose.
Got you.
At the time, again, you know how like every other situation that you write, like except for Run DMC can't be in the same room. All the the groups of Slick, Dougie, Naughty, everybody had DOS. Everybody is having problems. This is what happens in groups.
Yes.
And it's usually financial.
Got you.
And that before it got really, really out of hand, I think the best thing happened because I think that I still would have been the producer under the Hit Squad.
Wow.
I would have never did what I did.
Mm.
You know, that's the part that it's a bittersweet for maybe the fans, but for me, it gave me a life.
Got you.
Because I would have still been under a situation as a producer with EPMD.
Got you.
And not being able to do what I did as a soloist.
Yeah, cause I think at that it's a time you was on the radio. We Get Busy. That's a song that's where y'all was just shouting people out. You know what I'm talking about?
I know.
Where the fuck is that at? It's not a record.
No, LL Cool J. And Ice Cube is one of their favorite beats.
Yeah, where's that?
It was on the B side of something.
Wow.
I don't know that. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
We get busy.
We get busy. Yep.
I know.
That's
no
why
rhyme.
LL said that in the song. We get busy. You know what I'm saying? He said that. I heard it one day on the radio.
Yeah,
I think it might
dope.
have been like on BLS or one of them, because you remember BLS and Kiss used to battle back in the days.
It's crazy because the Lindrum, again, we was with that Lindrum. Mm-hmm. Like you a customer.
Yeah.
That's also you a customer Lindrum type beat. So that's why again we was like, it was something that we made during the time of customer making that. And I don't know why we didn't rhyme on it. I don't know why.
Do you realize that you a customer drums is probably like, well, I know the checks. You
we
realize
made
the
mad
checks.
money off of that.
Because when I was in the studio, I seen a plaque for Jodeci.
Yeah.
And I said, what the f*** he produced for Jodeci? Then I look, I said, come and talk to me. It's his drums.
Yeah, but that Mario Winans.
I don't want to know.
Oh my God.
Gangstar, Mass Appeal.
Mass Appeal. I told Gangstar, he said, how you know? I said, come on, that the Lindrum, you got to know. But it's a lot though. I even found out just in the Lauryn Hill record, that's You a Customer, and she playing You a Customer.
Wow.
And that
he going blank again, y'all.
The Sweetest Thing.
Word.
Because it goes into, and I can't boom doom doom doom. It go into it, but it's the drums too.
That's what I'm saying.
The drums too.
You a customer. The thing about you a customer is people use the drums
lot.
and the bass lines, and then separate.
Smile for Tupac and Scarface's Customer.
Wow.
My boy we all wrote all this down one time. Outkast used Customer as something called something about a joint. I forgot whatever. The whole and then you had KG's girls, the R&B girls.
The Rain.
No, the R&B girls that he had.
It was called The Rain.
It wasn't The Rain. No.
Yummy was in that group.
No, not that group.
Oh, okay.
The first, the Johnny.
Johnny, got you.
Their second single was Customer.
Wow. Yeah, Sending My Love to You.
Yeah, Sending My Love to You.
Yeah,
It was
wow.
crazy. All of it.
Damn.
And then Puffy just kept coming at it.
Yeah, Puffy.
Yeah.
He paid you well.
Yeah, kept coming.
Let's talk about production. The funk, the whole Parliament. Now we got the whole Parliament, the whole funk thing. Many other producers get credit. Even the Zapp and Roger, a lot of people get credit. But the shit is you guys to chill.
Right.
Like out the gate, y'all had Zapp and Roger.
Mm-hmm.
But when people think of Roger Troutman, they might think of Dr. Dre.
Right.
They might say Teddy Riley. They might say Devontae.
Right.
Battle Cat, which is one of my favorite producers. Shout out to Battle Cat. That's like one of my favorite producers. But you was on that before everybody.
Battle Cat's my friend too.
Battle Cat is incredible.
He produced up on Running too for me.
Oh, see, look at that. Do it bother you a little bit when people get more credit for funk than you do?
Nah, it don't. That part, it doesn't bother me. The fact that it's just the fact that who they give when they leave the name out.
Got you.
We can all be a part, but don't leave me out of it. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Especially
say,
when you're the founder.
That's the part too. That don't leave me out of when you talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as far as I don't. The credit is good for we can all have it, but then you leave me out. Did I just think that there's something wrong with that?
Production, the damn machines change so much.
Right.
What's your weapon of choice today?
Well, I still use Pro Tools as my like everybody to record in.
Uh-huh.
But I'm learning Logic from Ty. I'm
Okay.
learning Reasons from Rockwilder.
Okay.
But I still use a motherboard, which is the motif to play, because I don't like the MIDI nutting up.
Got you.
So I still use the motif as my motherboard, and those people might use a small one. I use the 88 keys one because again the feel of a piano.
Yeah.
But to use that with Pro Tools.
You know, it was the Bombazi by Keith Murray. That shit was so clever because you had Grapevine in there, and I was like, yo, he used a little piece of Zapp and Roger where he just. No, it's a small piece.
I use a little bit of Grapevine Roger in a
lot, but I'm just saying.
Even the Redman stuff, Daz Effects too, like little, because again, it go a long way.
Blow Your Mind is Blow Your Mind is Zapp and Roger.
But you're right. If you ever, the Beastie Boys sampled Roger didn't know that in the beginning in Hey Ladies.
Wow.
And then they knew about Roger. Like if you go to the end of it, it comes in.
Crossover.
That baby in Beastie Boys.
Crossover. When you did that, how important was that record for y'all? Did you know that this was gonna be predicting the future?
Nah, I just know, like I gave you a story behind closed doors. We was gonna drop something else off the 4th album. And Russell was like, if y'all drop that, you're gonna ruin your career. So the last beats I made was a crossover beat.
Wow.
And I went to the studio at Dave Rock and Reels, made the beat, and don't know where the subject matter came from, but that was the last beat I made. As far as me having the cassette of the Roger with the world, he was on the blue kind of cover with him with the world on his lap, and I remember buying it in L.A. And I went to the studio with it. And I heard that part when it came up to the part, whatever, and made the beat. And we don't even know where the subject. Maybe I started the subject matter because I come on first.
Yeah.
But again, the game was changing because it did have Vanilla Ice come in the game doing 9 million records. You know, people started coming and they started putting the name on stuff like that was selling so much. You know, like that ain't what hip hop is. Whatever to us, that's some other type of music. So then we put the Kid Capri name in there.
Yes.
So him in New York, letting people know about the song, because the song blew up in California first at San Francisco, and it was huge on KMEL. Then it came back towards this way.
Wow. When I first heard it, I was like, what the f-? Well, I mean, but I was a fan though.
But
so
that was EPMD's biggest record.
Wow.
As far as a single selling gold and then the album doing what it did, that was our biggest record to date. Maybe because, again, like you said, it was probably dope to people, but we knew that Daz Effects had went platinum. So we had grabbed some of their fans too that didn't know us, that knew Daz, and like, okay.
They had crossover fans.
Because they went platinum.
Yeah.
They was on MTV all the time. So, these guys are who signed Daz Effects. So we don't even know it's the combination of having a dope record or either having some of Daz's fans come over.
Headbanger. What was that studio session like?
That was the last thing we recorded. And for some reason it was right in the middle of it was tension too, because that's when the thing with Parrish had happened.
Okay.
That people said the robbery, the whole nine. So it was tension that day in that studio. But that was something fun that was happening for the moment. And we all just happened to be in there. And we had like the Temptations, 5 mics out, or 4 mics out across the board. And we did it like that. We didn't record separate. We recorded like this. So you heard, if you heard the acapella, you could hear all the leaking. Because we was on one mic yelling. You know, each mic yelling without taking turns. We just rocked.
No takes.
Across.
Everybody just one taked it, or
a couple takes though, but still we did the one thing.
So when Redman kicks that verse, did you say holy shit?
Nah, that was normal for him.
Yeah, I mean, of course, but when I first heard it, I heard Redman, I think it was
Hardcore.
Was it Brothers on My Jock first though, or Hardcore?
Brothers on My Jock, they both on the same album.
Okay, yeah. Hardcore was crazy, but Brothers on My Jock that didn't really sound like what he was gonna be. It was a dope rhyme.
Yeah, because he was real low.
Yeah. It was hit my low. I was like,
real
drink low and brown. I was like, what the fuck he talking about? Yeah, like what the
eyes, yeah, exactly, yeah.
But when I heard hardcore, I was like, okay, this dude got style. Then they shot the little snippet
with him and Gloria.
Yep, and I was like, holy shit, this dude is dope. And then it was this whole look. Redman's second album, I always go on record, I did not like that album.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't like it.
His
underground fans love it.
Yeah, no, it's a cult classic almost.
But again, like Biggie Smalls and his peers did not like it.
I felt like Can't Wait.
That was only
saved it.
I did it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
only did 2 records. Yeah, that was one of them.
Yeah,
don't forget that they kind of alienated me. You know,
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't see I didn't do no production?
Yeah, but how does the producer don't do no production? I don't understand that. Who alienated you? Was the record label or was it?
Nah, it was just again, I think at the time Red learned how to use the MP.
Okay.
And
Mud
tells the story well.
Yeah. Muddy Waters made up for all that.
Yeah, but that's me.
Yeah.
But don't forget, but people don't look at the part and ask why. If you look at the situation, you'll see that I'm not on the album of the Dark Side. So as far as production, so nobody even asked that question to be like, yo, what happened? Why didn't we like it?
I didn't. Yeah, I know that's why I didn't like it, because I needed your sound.
Right.
Your sound was needed in hip hop at the time, especially for Redman.
Right.
You carved the sound.
Yeah, Rock told him. Rock had talks with him because Rock. That's when Rock had just met Redman then. So that's because Reggie signed Rockwilder.
Got you.
95 type of situation. But again, Rock used to say, "Yo, where's the Erick records you had?" You know, and that was the end. But Can't Wait happened to be the one I did. You know?
Yeah. Milky with
Oh my God.
I love that.
Stretch Armstrong just called me 3 months ago for a project he was doing, asking me, is there a clean version? I'm like, no. That crusty cassette version that you hearing on the Sunday session, that's all everybody has. I didn't know it was that big with Premiere and them. I didn't have no idea that record was such a problem for the underground at the time. Like, yo, I mean, it was a demo.
Yeah.
I don't even know how it even got free.
Yeah, I love that. Your favorite drum break is what? Could I tell you what I think it is?
What? Humpty? I used it in Time for Some Action, crossover.
Skull Snaps.
Skull Snaps, yeah. But I used it in Dr. Effects 4 times.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I used it on
and Milky.
Redman,
yeah,
Milky.
Yeah.
Hitting switches.
Hitting switches. Yeah.
You're right.
You like the Skull Snap.
You're right.
You like the Skull Snap. The Payback, you was the first person to use the sample. James Brown.
Yeah, was I? That was also Lindrum.
Wow.
That's what makes that record so ill. Is the Lindrum? The Your Customer Lindrums is under no breakbeat drums, no nothing. Just the break of the Big Payback and Lindrums making that record sound like that. I can't believe it. We just had this convo you giving me. We just had this convo a week ago.
Wow.
About Big Payback. About the Lindrum.
Why did y'all go through so many DJs?
Oh man.
Depressing. He said, "Oh man."
When I hear the stories, it all leads up to something small and petty. You know, that got nothing to do with me. So I'm saying.
Got you, because I love EPMD and I love Caleb Boss.
Yeah, Caleb Boss.
4-5 now.
Yeah. And Diamond is with us now.
Okay.
But Diamond was the first one on It's My Thing and You a Customer.
Yes.
He was the one. He's the only one.
But I'm so used to
scratch
adding to the chorus.
No, he made it.
Yeah,
he made it. I mean, we don't make records no more, but yeah, he was a band member.
Actual, yeah.
Actual to have a scratch be so important to a record was unheard of.
He's doing those scratches on Real Solo Stand Up too, right? With the Real Solo, doom, it's SWAT.
Is it?
That's definitely Hit Me. Doom.
It might be. I wouldn't know because I just spellbound.
Got you.
So once the single was done,
you was off.
That was it for me.
Okay.
But as far as when people talk about the scratching on what you saying, or Rampage, or Payback,
is
whatever,
retarded.
So he was able to
give the people remix.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you know, that's
he was able to make, even though it's just pulling it back, right?
Yeah, but it's still, who thought to do
right.
that?
He was able to make a second instrument with scratching on those records, which is way important. Gold Digger, they all important to a DJ to be able to make that much impact in a song. Nobody didn't use scratches as a chorus.
And even your show,
we
he was
did.
able to extend the show.
But he come from that world.
Yeah. But I mean, even y'all could take a break and let him do his 1-2 thing. I miss that though. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is, I hope y'all could just at least do to just.
Oh no, the Diamond's still effective.
No. But
at the show, they don't miss homie. Trust me, he just as good. But again, I understand how from a fan perspective, but at the end of the day, you got to do what makes you happy and what makes everything run smooth without the other.
Yeah.
And again, we're too old.
You know what it is? It was just that EPMD and scratch and that.
No, and we did that for a lot of years.
Yeah.
We rocked for a lot of years.
At one point, you told me on an unreleased interview that you used to have to take the tape and put it all around the room to make a beat.
Yeah, because we didn't have sampling machines or something that, back then you didn't have that we knew about. See, that S950 and people that we knew about sampling things, we had no idea. We only used what we had in the studio. And we only had $30 an hour. And, you had to make something happen. Don't forget, me and Paris only rocked on one mic, though, too, like this. We didn't
word?
have.
Y'all didn't go in the booth? Separate?
Every record, no. Every record was move over. Like this. Every record, and it sound like that.
You know what make me mad, too? A lot of people always say groups who do the best back and forth. They always name people. I'm like, what about EPMD?
That's another thing, too.
They'll say Styles and Jada.
I know.
They'll say Smith and Wesson, which I love. I'm like, EPMD.
We got it for Run DMC, but then when it came to us, we mastered it, and they leave our name right out of it.
Even fashion.
Oh, no, that's not. I got it in a new rhyme. I said that Timberland boot, that bucket hat, that's me. That hoodie, that's me. And I said, all that, we came in the game with them Benzes, and we had matching chains with them. Like, no matter what, everything that you see, that Cuban link, that whatever, like, all that is me and Parrish.
Let me.
You're saying the dopest ever, because again, my documentary 88 Fresh is about that. Dope. It's about, again, the year of 88, but I want to give
y'all jean suits with the bucket hat. I was like,
our jean suits, all of them was made by Carl Kanai.
Wow.
Every last one of them. If it wasn't for Carl Kanai, it was Walkerwear. But after we did it, then everybody was Walkerwear. Everybody was Carl. But Carl made me my first jean suit, which was a shirt with a flower print on the bottom here and the bottom there. I had it. When I met him in Cali, I knew a girl who knew him in California. But after that, EPMD didn't have nothing that was in the stores. Our suits were made by him.
Well, who idea was it for y'all to always dress alike?
Me.
Okay.
All the clothes was always, because it come from Run DMC.
Yeah.
I figured that, even now, I feel that, I know it's cool, fans, it's cool to see Doggie, hey, they go, but when you come into a performance, it should be some type of
showmanship.
Mm-hmm. And you shouldn't just, especially if you're a group, then look like a group.
Yeah.
And then go to the room, put your clothes back on, and go home.
Yeah,
They're just showing up.
Because you got performing clothes and you got the clothes all the time.
You want to look like the same. Even if you say, okay, no, I don't care, but we're all black. Okay, we all wearing blue jeans today, or we're wearing sweatsuits today, whatever. Just make it look like something. I think that the audience deserves that. So that's why when Erick B and Rakim got back together for that little moment, all the wardrobe was Erick B. Erick B don't play Gucci everything.
Yeah.
Rakim was fly even though he fly even then because he's a soloist, so he can wear that by himself. But when he was with Erick B, him and the DJ, coordinate.
Coordinate. You got to coordinate. I want to, before we go, I want to ask you some of your favorites because I think people need to know. Who is Erick Sermon's favorite rapper ever?
Rakim is the #1 rapper. Favorite, the mentor, the reason why I do what I do, besides Run DMC, is R. He was before his time. His cadence, his vocabulary, his conversation, the concept, everything that he was able to do on that microphone was before its time. And there's no coincidence why everybody mentioned his name. Women, old, young, people who just hear him. Be like, yo, they mention his name and say what's up, because again, you still had the best. That whole era, Coogee Rap, Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One, you know, you still Chuck D. You still had this situation of rappers that was just incredible. What we did was unreal. Even with Special Ed, how he was able to come with his magnificent, and I Got It Made story concept. Yeah. Like, yo, this stuff was unreal at the time, man. You know, you had
Why is Slick Rick underrated?
Slick Rick is one of the best. He's my second.
Did you know they had a meme saying who's the greatest storyteller in this group, and Slick Rick wasn't in it?
Nah. You got to give it to him. Why do you think Outkast came and got him when they did storytelling? They 10 million records. They still recognizing that, yo, when it comes to this, it's Slick Rick. Why do you think Nas... You know, if you ever look at Nas, he looked like Slick Rick.
Is B. Boys and girls, listen up. That's fucking Slick Rick.
No, but he looked like
him. Yeah, with the jewelry.
The part,
he even says Slick Rick chains. Yeah,
he does it. His demeanor is Rick. Yeah. The laid back quietness, the flyness, all of it is Rick.
Who's your favorite producer besides yourself? Surprise us.
Wow.
You can't say Rockwilder or Ty Fife.
Right. Dang, man. I got it. Well,
even if you get in trouble.
Nah, it's probably Teddy Riley. I think because the fact of the 1-2 of the funk, being able to know what the vocoder is. Him having Atomic Dog and Teddy's Jam 2. Yeah. I played that like a rap record. I'm like, yo, this man. But even when I first heard Groove Me, people would tell you, like, yo, I'm like, who is that man? And then I saw him at what's the roller skate ring in Jersey?
I don't know.
Exit 4, back then.
Yeah, I never.
Rink.
Okay.
He said, yo, who EQs what you're saying? I'm like, Doc Rodriguez. He was like, nothing in life sounds like that. Every
Did you realize that was the loudest record ever?
Every EQ in my life, no beat sound like. I'm like, listen, in my head, I'm saying, yo, damn, Jazzy B did a good job. So I'm thinking where I got it from, because it was already heavy like that. Yeah. But again, I would have to say that, and I also got to say, I forgot the guy, God bless the dead, who was with Jam Master Jay, who did Slick Rick. You know, again. At the way he was able to do it with not having a whole sample, but using a beat machine to make Children's Story and to make Mona Lisa, like, or make Lick the Balls, like, you like, I don't know if you listen to original Slick Rick and know that it's not samples, there's cut samples.
Oh, word?
But the production is done by beat machine.
Wow. My favorite record on there is The Moment I Fear. I fucking love that record. Yeah.
It's still a beat machine.
You know why? Because I keep looking for that shit, and that's why I guess I can't find it.
You can't find that. That's a mode of all them records that was done by beat machine, and the chin is a sample from a scratch. But the whole thing of Hey Young World, this is all beat machine.
I think the only thing it's a sample is Mona Lisa.
But I'm saying it's a scratch sample.
Yeah. It's not.
It's going in. It's not the loop for the song. They have to cut it.
Yeah, it's no loop.
But the actual beat of it is a drum machine. So again, then you gotta put in again Daz. Like, oh my God, if you knew everything that Daz did, you'd be like, yo, it's damn. So what did big homie end up doing if Daz did all that?
Yeah.
Daz took Pee Wee Herman and made Tupac. I'm just a rider.
That's Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman, brand new dance called the Pee Wee Herman. It's the Pee Wee Herman.
Holy. Now that you say that.
Exactly. That's enough now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Your favorite singer, male.
Oh my God, it got to be. You can't do that because Marvin Gaye's the best one to ever do it in the history.
Yeah, because he did music.
You got it. It doesn't matter who it is.
When you was in the video and you start singing Earth, Wind, and Fire. Do that for?
Oh, I'm a man of many.
No, the reasons.
The reasons. Yeah. But that Dave Hollister.
Okay.
is one of the one of the illest to ever do it in the 90s, and people knew it. But there's that time of Marvin, Teddy Pendergrass, Al Green, Stevie Wonder, like we would never see. Even though I'm a big fan of Chris Brown, big fan of Trey Songz, big fan of Daniel Caesar, but them people back then, nobody.
You're different.
They different.
Even
man.
Bobby Womack.
Oh, why you doing that? You
Womack.
go to Bobby Womack and then go to Bill Withers then and go to something. You got to be no matter what.
Favorite female singer?
Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige is a favorite female singer, but then Faith Evans too. I used to pump Faith Evans.
Crazy, man.
No, when it come on, no other. The first song from the tape, from front to back. You have to look at that, because then you got to go back here. I don't know who I was pumping, because Evelyn Champagne King and them and Tina Marie would just have records though. But as far as full Mary J. Blige, what you gonna say about that?
Yeah. If you had to make the perfect record, and you the producer,
oh man,
you need a rapper, and you need somebody to sing the chorus, living or dead. Give me the other rapper on the record besides yourself and a person singing it, male or female, living or dead.
Sing it right now. Make a record right now.
Right now, living or
if
dead.
I want to make a record with the person,
Erick Sermon is producing the beat, rhyming on the record. You need another rapper, dead or alive, old or young, and you need a singer, male or female, to sing the chorus.
I'm going to go with Notorious B.I.G.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with J. Blige.
Wow.
That's something that again, at the end of the day, that I never was able to do, knowing that when Biggie, it was a rap. What's that rap? What was the rap? What was that magazine back then?
Rap Pages?
Yeah, Rap Pages.
Yeah.
1997, his last interview, they asked him a question. So who do you like out here inside this rap game? He says, I like Erick Sermon. I like how he move.
Before we go, speaking of Biggie and Bad Boy, did you ever hear that may sound like you?
Yeah, he told my daughter.
Holy.
My daughter saw him 2 years ago, and he says, tell your dad that I was told to sound more like him. I never told the story to nobody else, but I'm telling you. So you're going to do the walkthrough with me?
I'm not going to be able to do that today.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, so you're going to come back and within when? The next week or two?
Yeah, whenever. Yeah, whenever.
Okay, and then because we'll be able to do that around the time. Yeah, open up. Yeah. The food is here for Doggy and his crew, because he was telling me I didn't feed him.
Yeah, so this is what we gonna do. Yo, this is Doggie Diamonds. We about to rap. We had the legendary Erick Sermon here. The food came. They got pizza. They got all types of stuff. There. We not eating all that. I don't eat pizza. I'm gonna eat the salad, and that's what it is. Just sign us out real quick. Okay, yeah, this is Erick Sermon and Doggy D. We're gonna be back. Gotta do a part two.
A part two.
We're
gonna walk through the facility of this place and next door to where Rockwell and Ty Fife be at too, of the other side of Def Squad. It was called Def Squad Studios.
For now.
Yeah. That was going to be called, because people called that already. Def Squad Studios.
Gotcha.
Okay, peace, y'all. Part two later soon.
We out of here. Doggie Diamonds, no filter. Make sure you click subscribe, youtube.com/DoggieDiamondsTV. Until next time, peace.